So after a very long hiatus, everybody's ready to travel back to Malaysia for the durian season, and we are ready to help you travel by telling you what to expect this durian season in terms of durian quality, quantity, and when you should travel. So the theme of this year's 2023 Malaysia durian season is random weather equals random durian season pattern. So we're going to be experiencing a lot of sort of strangeness and unpredictability this season in terms of when the durian is going to be available. So usually the durian season requires that there be at least 2 weeks of perfectly dry weather to inspire the durian flowers to flower. But what we can say about the weather is that there was not a correct dry season. For example, the dry season that was supposed to induce the flowering got chopped in half by having rains kind of intermittently through it, so that not all of the durian trees flowered, or if they had flowers, they lost some of them from the rains, followed by an intense dry season where it was very hot and a lot of the flowers actually fell off the trees due to the heat. So you lost kind of the first round of the usual durian season. So durians normally flower at least 3 times during any given season, but this year we have 4 or sometimes even 5 flowerings, extending the season even longer. So that means is that you have a lot of durian trees in Malaysia which have multiple generations of flowering on one tree. So you might have a tree that has almost fully mature fruits, little baby fruits, open flowers, and even just flower buds all on one tree. And what this means is that it has a potential to extend the durian season for a long time. So we might have a very, very long durian season extending all the way from June in most places until maybe August or September. But to be honest, we don't know, because we don't know if those flowers will actually turn into fruits or if they might fall off due to another weather incident. So what to expect as a durian traveler in Malaysia this year? So starting with Penang, which is where the durian season usually starts the earliest, there is actually durian falling right now. The season has officially started. However, it's not a lot. As we mentioned, that early part of the season is going to be a particularly low yield, but you can find durian there if you travel to Penang right now in early May, and the durian trees are flowering throughout a lot of the island, and there'll be durian probably in August or September. It appears that there might be a little bit of a lull in the season in Penang in July, so the best time to visit will definitely be June and potentially August or September, depending on what the weather does. That said, not all parts of Penang are experiencing that longer season, so particularly the southwest part of the island seems to have had a bad season, whereas the northern part is going to have a very good and a very long season. So if you're traveling in Penang, definitely check out the Sungai Pinang area, and the PAHANG area should be great for durian this year. Heading into the mainland part of Malaysia, the season is starting at kind of a normal time. It's going to be starting in the beginning of June, so a little bit later than last year, but still within like a normal frame of time. But again, we're expecting a very long season on the mainland, even in areas which normally would be done by the middle of July. They're looking at trees that are still flowering ongoing for August or September. Heading into the area of Malaysia which grows the most durian in the entire country, this would be Pahang, particularly around the Raub area. It's very hit or miss whether or not they're going to be experiencing an early season or if they lost their early part of the season. I'm talking May and June. So some areas will be having durian in May or June, and some areas will not have any durian at all until the middle or end of July. So it just really is dependent on the particular farm, so make sure you are checking in before you go and plan a farm visit to the Pahang region of Malaysia. So heading into the southern part of Malaysia, this is the tip by Singapore. You have different regions again with different kinds of weather, and some areas it seems like they've been having a lot of rain interspersed throughout the week, which means that durians are growing very fast and getting very big. So we might have a little bit of an earlier season, but they're still predicting middle of June for the part of the season, and then another small season at the end of July, with an overall smaller quantity of durian compared to previous years. So what does this mean for you as a durian traveler? Number one, you're very lucky because you have all the way from May until September to get your fill of durian, because as an individual traveler you only need like 4 or 5 or maybe 6. I have no idea how much durian you can stuff in, but probably you're going to be able to find all the durian you need to feel satiated and happy without a lot of effort, and you have a very long window to do that. So that is very exciting for you as a durian traveler in 2023, because I know everybody has been just wanting to come back to Malaysia and eat durian, and you have a wide opportunity to do that. Number 2, the overall quantity of durian is probably going to be less, so that means that the prices will be overall higher. Malaysia already has very high durian prices, so if you are planning a trip to Malaysia, definitely pack in a little extra cash so that you can enjoy yourself and budget for your durian experience. third takeaway is that we still don't know about August and September because they're just in a flowering stage and so many different things can happen: hot weather, dry weather, storms, windstorms. So if you are hedging all of your bets on August and September, it's better to come in a little bit earlier season, particularly June and July. There is going to be a small season in Keningau region of Sabah, Borneo, which will be kind of a smaller part in June and July, heading into potentially a larger season in August. And we are also seeing flowers for an August-September season in Brunei and the Limbang region of Borneo, which is super exciting because they have not had a season in almost a year. So I know everybody is ready to travel to Borneo, and we are too. If you want to travel with me and my partner Richard, we do durian tours, and we have 2 of them this year, one in June in Penang and one in July, that will travel through 10 states of Malaysia. If you have any questions at all about durian in Malaysia, make sure to leave me a comment or send me a DM on any of my social media channels, and happy hunting! I think everybody's happy to be back going for durian in Malaysia.